entirely, completely, 100% as a discount coach. I was an attorney at the time. I had 2 babies at home. And while I love Shakeology, I didn't want anything to do with the business. So don't give up on your discount coaches. I always tell everybody that. And it's okay to invite discount coaches too. So I'm a big believer that everyone in your team plays a role. And eventually some people might have a breakthrough, just like I did. So my breakthrough came because I attended an event, Super Saturday. So I'm huge on events. I push my team to events. I go to every single event. In fact, I was in a state of depression in January because I missed Super Saturday because I'm dumb and I planned the family vacation and didn't check the calendar. Mind you, I was on cab at the time, so it really didn't make any sense that I missed that Super Saturday. But anyway, I did that, and I was so depressed because Super Saturdays, Summit, leadership, all that stuff, that's where you grow, and that's where you get infused with the passion and energy of the business. And so every quarter, it's like a drug to me to be somewhere where there's a lot of Beachbody coaches so that I don't forget why I started, because it's been quite a while. But so I started my business, and my sister and I, we kind of quickly figured out that we needed to lead people, that we couldn't just only focus on our own personal business, that we had to create a community. We had to create some sort of structure. We had to provide resources. And mind you, so that you guys understand, my sister and I had no upline support. We are on like an inside, completely dead leg of Jason Diebold's father, right? So like, it's like no man's land in there. And we didn't have any really upline support, so we kind of had to figure it out. So I'm really no nonsense when it comes to learning the business and just going for it, because that's what we did. We just figured it out, and we made a ton of mistakes, but we kept getting back up and pushing forward. When I realized the power of the business was really at my first Success Club trip. So if you guys aren't registered, I'm going to push you to do a lot of things on this call. Like if you're not registered for the cruise, get on that list, on that standby list, because it's in those events that you get to meet not only your team, which is a game changer. If you haven't really been in that environment, you're a new coach, but you get to like rub shoulders with the people that you see on social media. And yeah, Kristina, I agree with you. Some of them are assholes, but some of them will talk to you. Some of them will just say that thing that turns the light bulb on for you that you hadn't heard before. Maybe you weren't really ready to receive the information, but you got it now, and you get home and you just blow it up. So I went to Atlantis and I did that, right? I got to talk to different coaches that I had, was looking at on social media, thinking that they were like gods on earth, when really they were just practicing the vital behaviors and treating their business like a business, but like $1 million business, where I was treating it as a 7-Eleven. Well, 7-Elevens make a lot of money. I was treating it like a kiosk in a mall. You know what I mean? Like I really wasn't doing it like they were. And, quite frankly, didn't expect to get the results that they were, because I knew I wasn't doing it like them. And so I realized that if I wanted to have $1 million business, that I needed to level up. I needed to do more. I needed to learn certain things. And so through the years, you guys, it's been a long journey. It's been a wild journey of up and downs, a lot of goals hit, a lot of goals missed. Fortunate enough to have retired from the practice of law back in 2014, which was amazing. Really prompted by, the momentum to be able to accomplish that goal was prompted by my son's autism diagnosis. That's when I realized, and I shared this story. I think you can see this presentation on my YouTube. I did it at Summit last year, where I talk about that momentum and how I finally felt like a mom when I had this realization that I needed to be home with him. And it was Beachbody that gave me that realization. So like really powerful stuff here, you guys. And so I used those emotions and that why to really catapult my business, but also catapult my leadership. And it was in that time that I started to really look at my business and say, and like dissect it and say, what is it that I'm doing to be successful, and how do I teach other people this, right? Because we read books, John Maxwell, right? Like John Maxwell's amazing on leadership. You read Simon Sinek. I'm a total Simon Sinek geek. Like I love him, groupie. Read all his books. But when it comes to this business, what did I do? What did I do? What do I continue to do? What do I feel like every day? What are the things that I do with my team? What are the things that I do with the network? What is it? And I wrote them all down. Do you guys want to hear what they are? Yes. Okay. So you guys, I'm going to go through a presentation that I have been crafting for a long time. It's probably not complete, but in my head, right, someone that has gone through the business for a while, still works her business like if she was a brand new hustling coach. I'm like in the friggin' trenches. I don't say this to boast, but I'm always the top Success Club earner on in my entire organization. Like not just my PS team, like all of Diesel Nation. I push myself to be number one because I truly believe in speed of the leader, speed of the pack. And if I can do it, and I have 2 kids, and I have to still, do the fitness side, and I still have to do all this stuff. And if I can be an example for you, even if you do half of what I do, you will be successful. So I try to emulate that every single month. So I'm way in there with you guys. I'm in the trenches. I still act like I'm still building this thing from day one, every single day. And so I broke down the way that I did my business, or do my business, because I don't like to, it's not did, I do my business into 3 layers. And I called this presentation the 3 layers of leadership, because I believe that they have to go in order almost. Some of them are going to be intertwined. Some of these concepts will intertwine, but without the first, it's like a cake, right? Without that first layer of the cake, it'll crumble eventually. You can't skip from coach to layer 3, because if you don't have a solid foundation, it's going to collapse on you. And that's the worst thing that you want. Like, have you ever seen a coach come in and like on day 1, maybe, I don't know if on your team or other teams, I've seen it happen even now when the UK launched. You kind of saw people just like really fast build. And then like a week later, it just like comes down because nobody's drank Shakeology and nobody knows what they're doing and blah, 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 and so I really thought this out, and it's so simple that you're going to get off this call and you're going to be like, really? That's it? Yeah, that's it. What's cool about this business is that it's not hard. We make it hard because we compare ourselves to people, and we think that in order to be successful, you have to look a certain way. And well, I can't really change the way I look, so that's going to be hard. And you have to do certain things that you're not comfortable doing. Well, you don't have to do those things that you're not comfortable doing to be successful. It is us that convince ourselves that this business is hard, when really it's a few basic things done repeated over and over again that create momentum and that create an income. I always tell my team, sorry, this is a long intro to this presentation, but there's like a whole, I'm getting there, because you're going to be like, that's it? I'm like, yeah, that's it. I always tell my team that all the intangibles to grow a successful Beachbody business, they're already inside of you. They're already there. You just need to elicit them. You need to bring them out into the open. I'm sure if I were to poll you guys, all of you believe in Beachbody, because you wouldn't be sitting on this call if you didn't. You believe in our products wholeheartedly. Understand that by drinking that shake and doing our workouts, who's doing 80-day obsession, raise your hand. Like, this stuff is the real deal, right? You know that. You believe in our mission. That's inside of you. Like, it to your core, you believe that us as coaches working out and pushing play in front of our kids every day and showing that on social media is really making an impact. I believe that 100%. Like, even in my small little bubble of a world, my daughter today was reading a ketchup label and asking questions. And I'm not going to make her neurotic. She did that completely on her own. But she's like, is this good for you? And is this good for you? So she's paying attention. And all of that is going to impact the future. You have passion, you have energy, you have love in your heart, you have a servant heart, because you wouldn't be a coach if you didn't want to help other people, right? So all of that stuff is within you. Everything else, you guys, everything else is a skill that can be learned. The difference between successful coaches and unsuccessful coaches, or coaches that never get their business off the ground, is an unwillingness to learn the skills they need to be successful, right? I didn't start this business understanding social media. I didn't start this business knowing how to effectively communicate with someone. I didn't start this business knowing how to take pictures with proper lighting. I didn't start this business knowing how to do a presentation like this. All of those things came with time, with repetition, with practice, with Googling, with YouTube, with just learning the skills. So isn't that comforting that everything you need, those intangibles, are already in you, and everything else you can learn? All right, so let me break down the 3 layers of leadership. There's 3 layers. The first layer is leading yourself. 1000%, the most important layer of the layers of leadership is that you learn that you come first. Your fitness, your personal development, the skills that you need to learn to grow the business, your goals, achieving Success Club, your recruiting, understanding how to do that to continue growing your team, how to host challenge groups. I mean, right? These are kind of simple concepts I'm throwing at you, whether you're a new coach or an older coach. These are things that you control, right? All these things, this is layer 1, leading yourself. So I'm going to just go through a list. Obviously, personal development to me is number 1. And this one's overlooked a lot. You have to engage in that mental fitness every single day, because this business is voluntary. This business has ups and downs just like any business, but we tend to, when life throws you lemons, when times get rough, and we all experience them, nobody's immune to it. We tend to push this to the side when we even know that this is the solution, right? You should never make this an option, right? When times get tough, understand that now's when you really got to buckle down with Beachbody and not set it aside, because it's going to get you stronger. It's going to teach you things that then you could teach your coaches. This is how I coped with this situation. This is how you're going to get through it, and we're going to continue building our business. Good, bad, ugly, right? That's personal development, you guys. That's why it's so important. One of our vitals is be proof that the products work. But I'm a big believer in when you're leading yourself, that you're proof that Beachbody works, not just the products. What do I mean by that? I want you to be 1000% committed to your fitness. If you don't follow me, if you do follow me, you've seen my evolution over the last couple of months. And I will tell you that when I was, fit-ish and doing all that crazy stuff, my business suffered. My business suffered because I wasn't being proof the product. I was convincing myself that it was okay, and that I was redefining what that meant to me, but it didn't work. You got to be proof the products work. You got to go in. Now with 80 Day Obsession, you have the best opportunity to do that. But you also have to be proof that the business works. This is when Kristina was talking about, you got to always be recruiting. You got to sponsor coaches. Well, you got to show that the business works, and there's different levels of that, right? If you look at, my business, okay, well, I could talk about all the things that I've done business-wise, but even if you're a new coach, there's so much success that you've had already that you need to talk about, because you are actually way more relatable than I am. right? Because I mean, this is really why it's hard for me to get my coaches to like, to have that vision, because I don't know, they see me now and they're like, hard, that's hard. You know what I mean? That's hard. I don't know, that's hard. You guys are in better position to showcase the community, right? That's success, that you're part of this awesome community. You have this incredible team. You do all these incredible things. You learn so much. I mean, talk about the success that you've had with Beachbody, whether it's monetary, whether it's emotionally, whether it's support, whether it's community, all of that is success. And then your experiences with Beachbody. And this is where the events come in, right? Like, I don't know about you, Kristina, but my business blows up whenever I come back from a trip. Whether it's a cruise, summit, leadership, after I came back from the UK, like, yes, those are business investments, but it's also a recruiting tool to grow my team. And a lot of our rockstar coaches came in because they were like, man, I want that too. And I said, okay, you want that too? Hit Success Club, let's go. And they started doing it. So if you don't find that as valuable, then you're not leading yourself 100% in your business, right? So you've got to be proof that all of Beachbody works, right? You're honing your skills when you're leading yourself. Inviting is a skill. It's not only for certain people that, you have YouTube videos. No, it's for everybody, but it's a skill that you have to learn. And you've got like the best coach to teach you how to do that creatively, right? Social media is a skill. Communication is a skill. Whenever you can, start hosting calls, start doing lives, start practicing speaking. If Kristina says, oh, dude, can you go live in our team page and talk about this topic? Hell yeah, I'm going to do that. Prepare, do it well, and do it over and over and over again. And then you guys that are starting to build organizations, like, hey, can I speak on your team call? I really have this awesome topic that about inviting. I want to do it for your team. Like, help each other out in honing the skill of communication. My first team call was horrendous. You have no idea. First of all, there was like 3 people on it, but it was horrible. I like mumbled. Now I can rattle off with all these great ideas not because a lot of people, oh, you're a lawyer. No, well, I mean, that helped a little bit, but it's because I do this all the time. Like, I do team calls for my team. I do it for other teams. Like, I'm here tonight, right? So hone your communication skills. A skill which I'm seeing a lot now is lacking with like our UK coaches is Shakeology. You don't need to know every ingredient, but you need to have some basic knowledge as to why. Like, why? It's not just because I drink it, so you have to drink it. No, why do you drink it? What are the reasons personal to you that when someone says, why Shakeology, that shit seems real expensive, that you can say, actually, it's not. And this is why, with confidence, with boldness, so that they're like, okay, I guess I should do that too, right? So this is a skill that you have to develop. And then what's your brand? What's your niche? This is all stuff that, yes, it comes with time, but you should focus on if you're leading yourself in the business. Then I talked about your Achieving Success Club. I do believe Success Club is a key component to this business. It creates that consistency in bringing new people. You set recruiting goals and you do things to accomplish that goal, whether it's a sneak peek or an opportunity call or you get people on the phone, but you have to set those goals for yourself. When we talk about leading yourself, you guys, it's about being in the trenches, phase 1. Have you heard that term before? You remain in phase 1. This is all phase 1 stuff. You work your business daily. Now I'm just going to rattle some off. You understand the compensation plan. Oh, what? Yeah. If you want to grow this business, you should know how to make money in it. Does that scare you? If it does, you can by tomorrow understand basic principles of our compensation plan. Like, you shouldn't earn a $14 team cycle bonus and go, what the hell is that? No, you should know what it is, because when you know what it is, trust me, you're going to want more of those, right? So you want to learn how to get more of that, right? So you also develop a business mindset. This is key, right? You got to own your own business, knowing how to navigate your back office, your sponsorship build up. This is like basic stuff that if you are serious about building the business, and this is what I did, I learned this stuff in order for me, when I walk you into phase 2, you understand why it's important. You also, you guys, have to protect your mindset. You have to protect your energy. You have to protect, so you schedule time to not do this business. This was hard for me, still is, 100% honest. I could work my business 24 hours a day, and that's not entirely healthy. So if you're someone that kind of gets really obsessive and really just go get them attitude, make sure you're taking time off to, scheduling time to do to do family, to do all that, because that's why you're doing the business, right? That's why you're doing this business. So that's part of phase 1 is self-care, me time, and family time. All right, layer 2. Now, once you've mastered layer 1, which never goes away, by the way, write that down. It never goes away. I never stop hitting Success Club. I never stop recruiting. You always have to be bringing in new people. Guess what? In 2017, our business changed. And if I didn't get with the program, I would be left behind, right? So I had to put my big girl panties on and figure out social media. It wasn't until leadership that I was like, ugh, I have to do IG stories. But guess what? I do it now. It's bad. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm talking to people. You know what I mean? Like, so you have to roll with the changes, and that's all phase 1 stuff. So you always have to reevaluate. All right, phase 2. Phase 2 is you start leading your team. And this is always secondary to phase 1. Because if you only focus on 2, guess what? Your income will never grow. And you have to understand certain truths about this business. These are the things that never go away, you guys. And sometimes, it's an emotional block that you have to put on, or a wall, but you need to understand these things. As much as you want your coaches to be the next Melanie Mitro or Kristina Battaglia or any top coach that you know, if they don't want it for themselves, it's never going to happen. So you have to emotionally detach yourself from what you think the outcome should be. Does that make sense? All you can do, and I'm giving you permission to feel this way because I want you to be successful. All you can do is provide them the opportunity. It is them that have to run with it. I give my coaches everything, you guys, everything. I do calls. I wrote an entire website of training. Everything. I do everything, right? Most of them won't do it, right? Because they're not in the place or the space to do it. Some eventually will. Some take off right away, and all that's cool. But I never slow down. I don't wait. I don't sit there and go, that's Susie. She's going to be a diamond. So I'm just going to wait here for 3 months, 4, 5, 6. Oh, nope, she didn't do it. You have to keep moving and keep bringing in new people. Okay, I'm like so focused on phase 1 because it's so important. All right, what do you do with your team? Number 1 is you have to know why they are a coach, right? What are their motivations? These are conversations that you have to have, because I truly believe that the most successful coach-mentor relationships are one where the mentor's not dragging them, the mentor's pushing them towards what they want, right? So yes, there's going to be tough love. Yes, there's going to be all that. You said you're going to do this, you haven't done that. But remember why, right? I'm just not doing this for my benefit. Remember why. And when you have that information, it's almost like ammunition for your team, ammunition for their goals. You create systems, and a lot of people are scared of that term. A system is not like some complicated engineering thing. It's just you have tools. You have tools to help your training your coaches, basic principles. You have some videos maybe. You do a team calendar. That's a system, right? That you give your team some direction, right? So ask yourself, if you have some coaches, do I give my team some direction? You host training calls. And of course, I'm sure you plug into Kristina's calls like you are tonight. But every once in a while, your team should hear from you, right? And this is where you start building that leadership muscle, where maybe there'll be one person on, maybe two. It doesn't matter. If you keep doing it, and those people that jump on are advancing in rank and hitting Success Hub, more people will start coming on. You create opportunities for growth. And I think this is an important piece. You're in phase one. You're always going to be in phase one. But your job as a mentor is to provide access to tools that help your coaches be in phase one, if that makes sense. So for my team, I'm just going to give myself an example. I host every single month a business opportunity call that's open to our entire downline. It's my favorite call to do. I'm never going to stop doing them. I love presenting the business opportunity. And so everyone's invited to bring their prospects on. Now, I will tell you with like 100% transparency, my most successful coaches do their own opportunity calls. So you take a look at that information and say, okay, am I providing my team the opportunities to grow? Is my team listening to me or to someone else? And it's absolutely cool for your upline to do your opportunity calls. But at some point, if you want to see success and those pay raises and momentum and leadership muscles start building, you got to start doing them yourselves. And yes, it sucks at first. You got to rip that Band-Aid on, but just do it. Promise you it's going to pay off. You create a success club and recruiting culture on your team, right? Or success culture. I don't want to say, because I don't know, some people are more into just create volume, which is totally cool, but you do create a success culture on your team. And how do you do that? Recognition, recognition, recognition. This is the easiest piece to step two, is just recognize people all day long, right? That's the one thing everybody lacks in this world, except if you're a Beachbody coach, right? We have recognition up the wazoo. So give your coaches recognition. That's easy to do. This is important. You know the compensation plan, but now you know how to teach it. You know how to get someone on the phone or a Zoom and say, this is how you increase your team cycle bonuses. This is what this means for you. If you just do this, then this is going to happen, right? So do you have that confidence to teach the compensation plan? And you're the one that leads the charge to rally your teams to events, right? To rally for Team Cup, if you're a Team Cup team. That you're pulling people together, that you're posting, oh, I need a person, getting on message threads and bringing people together to participate. You are aware of deadlines. The leader of the team should know bonus deadlines, rank advancement deadlines, when all that stuff has to happen so that strategy can be put into place, right? You as a leader need to know how to implement strategies to advance your business. As a leader of your team in phase two, you also do not only work with your PS coaches. At this point, you know how to spot leaders in your downline that are not PS, because that's going to help everybody, right? The more people that are successful within the team, the more success all around. And then this one is a very important one. You know how to control your emotional state. This business isn't always great, right? It could be hard. It could be tough. You can get that return on the worst day of your life and you want to stab someone and you're like, I want to quit. I don't want to do this anymore. You got to control that, right? Because you set the tone. Freaking awesome example this week with the Energize fiasco. Kristina heard me talk about this yesterday on my team call, right? We now are experiencing a delay with the 80-day obsession combo and mega packs that have Energize in them. Now, I could have freaking just unleashed on my team. Can you believe this? And oh my God, and this sucks. And I can't believe Beachbody doesn't have energy. I might be thinking all of that, but to my team, we're going to get through this and manage your customers right now. Don't get stressed, because then your customers are going to get stressed. Find solutions. Do you see how I did that? In my head, I want to call Carl Deichler and say, why don't we have Energize? You know what I mean? But I don't do that. I have to calm the field in order for us to remain productive. All right, so you've got layer 1. Everybody good on layer 1? You've got layer 2. All right, now you want a huge paycheck. You want elite, all that stuff. You want to walk the stage like a princess or a prince or a king or a queen. You want all the stuff. You want respect. You want to do national wake-up calls. You want all that jazz, right? Like you want $5,000 a week and all the great stuff. Who wants that? All right. At this point, you now have to become the leader of the leaders, and that's layer 3, right? Do you see how you can't sign up as a coach and go all the way to level 3, right? Because there's things that need to happen. You need to lead yourself. You need to lead a team. Now you're leading an organization, and you're actually leading the leaders of the network, right? That's the ultimate spot where you are making the money that's reflected of your effort, right? Because sometimes in layer 1, well, actually all the time in layer 1, sometimes in layer 2, you feel like you're working so freaking hard and your pay isn't reflective of that effort. But I'm telling you, if you keep honing your skills, keep growing as a leader and going from 1 to 2, now to 3, the pay catches up, right? And here now you're developing diamonds. You're attracting diamonds. Oh my God, isn't that awesome? You're attracting people that really want to work this business and start, and you got to drag them. So there's still going to be people that want the discount and all that stuff, but now you're starting to attract people who are interested in the business, and your challengers are even doing better. I don't know, it's crazy, right? So now you're leading the leaders. And so a leader of leaders has a clear vision for their business, has a clear vision for their organization, and knows exactly where they're taking them, right? They've expressed this vision and this mission with their organization. They know, the whole team knows that the leader of the team, which is you, is going here, and everybody's coming with him or her, right? They have clear vision. They establish team culture, right? You guys have a really amazing culture. Never break that. Culture is the most important thing in this business. And as you start building a team, have that culture. What is it that you want your team to feel like, right? Our team is fun and family. Like if you're not having fun and you don't feel like you're a part of our family, we're not doing our job. From the having fun and having drinks together and partying, like we're that team. And some people don't like that, but I don't care because they're not on our team, right? You have to do you. You have to build your tribe, and this is where culture comes into play. It's so important. And I always know when the team is struggling, it's that our culture isn't, I'm not leading, my sister's not leading our team in that respect, and we have to hone it back in. We have to call a big team meeting. We got to regroup. We got to share the vision again. We got to get back on track. Remember that. You generate momentum, right? You know as the leader when you need to do something to generate momentum, like an emerald push, like a diamond push, like things like that. You need to have a team party. You need to, whatever it is that your team like thrives off of, you foresee those things and create them and make them happen. You create opportunities for leaders to grow, like retreats, right? And things like this you start investing back into your business and investing into your leaders. You are the ethical and moral compass of your team. Like people look to you on what would Kristina do, right? What would Delgado do in a situation like this? Because you always lead with integrity and with your moral compass in check. You understand the big picture, right? That, this little thing that happened today or that little squabble between two coaches, don't put too much attention to, because the big picture is more important. You influence action. You invest in people. You have to make tough decisions, right? So example of this one's probably not as, if I just say that and walk away from it, you're gonna be like, what does that mean? You know, Beachbody's moving at a quick clip right now, like faster than I've ever experienced. 2017 was a huge example of this. Like every month there was something, right? A new program, a new product, a new thing. And it was like at some point, like it was like chaotic, you know? And we asked Carl in cab, like, are you gonna slow down? Because we need to like catch up and be able to launch products effectively. He's like, nope, I'm moving forward. You guys have to figure out how to do it with me. And that's when I said, aha. So he's not going to stop, like with the quick clip of releases of new programs, new week things, new things on Beachbody On Demand, all that stuff. So as a leader, you need to decide what you focus on and what your team focuses on. When I was in the 80-Day Obsession test group, you had the release of Double Time. But I was making such a big stink about 80-Day Obsession and doing the prep of 80-Day Obsession, which was Autumn's programs. I was following her kind of plan. That's what I had my team doing too. So Double Time wasn't this big thing for us. I made that decision, right, as the leader. So you're going to have to make decisions like this too going forward. You plan events. You earn respect of other leaders in the network. You go above and beyond for the network and for your team, and you know when issues are important and or whether they're just a cost of doing business, right? And you act accordingly. So that's it. Isn't that like, okay, I can do that, right? You, number one is leading yourself, layer one. Then once you get that and you're working diligently on that, you go into layer two, you're building this leadership cake. And then you go into layer three, which is really more just big picture stuff. It's not really action items. It's just like, you know, kind of looking at the grand scheme of what's going on and not the day-to-day. And that's it. That's it. When I look and pick apart my business for the last 7.5 years, well, more than the last 5 years, I guess you would say, this is what I came up with that I did. This, like, and guess what? I'm going to send this image to Kristina so she can post it in your team page. That's it. I'm not something special. I don't take the best pictures. I'm not, you know what I mean? It's just I did this and I do it really well. And when I realized that, okay, I need to change things up, I put my leader hat on and I changed things up, right? So all of this, all the success in this business is at your grasp if you take the time to learn the skills that it takes to lead yourself and then your team. So, Kristina, that's it.
Man, I think it's just the simplicity of the way that you break it down that it just gave everyone this like light at the end of the tunnel. It's like, oh, it can happen for me. Kristina Delgado said it could. And it was that. I mean, please tell me that you're going to be presenting this at either NLC or leadership. Like this is like a must.
I've done this presentation like for the Southeast like one time, like I don't know, a year and a half ago. I do it at retreats. That's where like I love doing it because we do a drinking game with it. Is that bad?
No, because when you're saying like team culture, that's the one thing that I always try to remind our team, because for a while we were doing team calls where I was just having people plug into my team page and going live, and I was doing vice versa. Mm-hmm. And I was just trying to express to them that because we're a baby team, and I'm like, you guys don't understand the culture. We're a very fun team. Like if I'm in a bad mood, I'll go on live and bring people on and we play Would You Rather, because I'm like, I need to get in a better mood, so this is what we're going to do. But I try to tell them, like, we have this thing that not a lot of teams have, and I don't think, like, we're very active on our team page. We're just a fun group. And so when you were, like, speaking of that and, like, the culture, that's one thing that I'm, like, paranoid of ever losing as you see more growth, as you see leaders branching off and stuff like that, is keeping that vibe and that fun and that, like, home feeling that this is always your safe place. Come back here and, like, no matter what you need, you have support here. Yeah. So I love that. But just like I said, the simplicity, I think what really got me was and I think this would reach with everybody, even with the challengers, is the emotionally detach yourself from what you see in people. Because I feel like we all get let down so easily with, you know, somebody that you, like, I have like 2 people on my vision board that I've had forever that's like, I want to help you so bad. Like, get out of the, like, physical and, emotional and mental, every state that you're in. And one of them I've got signing up. So I'm really excited because it only took 2.5 years, but I got one. Hasn't committed yet, but we'll see. But I think that, and in a leadership role, you see someone, especially as a new team, you're like, I got someone as an emerald, solid. They're never going anywhere. They're going to be an emerald forever. They're going to hold me diamond and blah, blah, blah. And being able to detach yourself from that and breed more people and continuously move your business forward. I don't know. That was that, as simple as you say it. And as how you laid it out, it's like magic when you hear you explain it. It literally, for people that I think that are frustrated or anything, that was like straight PD of like, get out of your head and do the basics. And I'm telling you the actual roadmap, and this will guarantee you success if you do it.
Yeah.
So bow down. It just was awesome.
It really is that. I think that the emotional detachment piece it's one that's hard. I know it's very hard to do it because, man, I've had both on the challenger side and the coach side, I had challengers that, had more than 100 pounds to lose and lost it and then disappeared on me. And I like, what, and you want to save them, but at the same time, like, they have to want to save themselves, and you die a little bit for them and you want this so bad, but at the end of the day, it's a lot of work that they have to do on themselves. Same as with the coach opportunity. Everyone on the team, every single face that I'm looking at here, every single face that's never been on a team call, every single person that steps into a leadership role, they play a role, and they play an important role. Some of our discount coaches are our best assets because they love our team so much, and they comment on all my things, and they're always cheering us on. And that's what you want. You want everybody that walks into the doors of your business to have a great experience. So just understand that. Like, there's some people that are going to do it. There's some people that are not, but they're still important. They still play a role. And when you can understand that, you're going to just bust through all of this. You're going to stay in phase one. You're going to keep recruiting. You're going to keep it fun. Like, bringing new coaches on is not a drag for me because I don't already think, oh, they're going to fail. A lot of people do that. They're scared to recruit because the last 3 coaches that they signed didn't do anything. And, well, that's a waste of my time. Nobody really wants to work the business. I'm just not going to do it. Nope, not me. I'm going to keep adding people to my team. And some of them are going to run with it. Some are going to hit Success Club. Some of them are going to just enjoy the discount. You can be in my challenge group and kick butt doing that. But keep adding, because you will never find the magic of this business until you find what I like to refer to as the one. When you find the one coach that, whether from day one or a year into them being a coach, gets it and they start seeing success, there's nothing better than that. And then once you find the one, you're like, well, I want 2 more of those. And so you level up and you're like, okay, I got to keep recruiting in order to find some more people, right? So always keep that in mind. Detach yourself from the outcome from the get-go. Love everyone where they're at, but understand that you have to stay leading yourself. You have to stay in layer 1, in phase 1. If not, you can't ever get to that big lofty thing that you want with Beachbody. That has to be the foundation for your business.
Does anyone have any questions? I'm sure everyone's gonna be like super intimidated and be like, I'm not unmute myself, but we're just going to afterwards be like, oh my God, I wish I would have talked to her. Does anyone have anything they want to ask before we jump off here and all try to absorb and then be like, oh, we've got 24 hours to level up to Success Club 10? Just
right. And sign up for a team cup.
Yeah, I think we all like yelled at each other because last time I'll do anything for a free hoodie. And so it was like hashtag free hoodie, and it was like, everybody needs a free hoodie, so figure this out like quick.
I love that.
I hope there was something on here. 24 hours, yeah. So does anyone have anything that you want to ask? Because here's my thing. Me getting to like elite parties and stuff like that was so that I could have that awkward moment with Kristina. This is the moment to actually ask like an OG, like personified leader who's up in the sky somewhere, anything that you might possibly have going on. I know everyone's probably intimidated because that's just like, I'm like that. So, but I can't even tell you like how honored I am that you even took the time to do this. I'm super stoked. I can't say enough praise for you. You're absolutely awesome. And talking about looking at a leader and wanting to personify that and that team culture. And like I keep saying, them rolling up, like my team knows who was at Summit when that red squad started coming up. We're just like, we just kind of want to be a part of that. Like just a little bit.
Everybody red in Indy.
It was, yeah, I know. We're all going to roll up there in red and just like cruise behind. I'm like, Mindy, can we just chill for a second? But no, you really like, there's a lot of coaches who, you know, do their thing, whatever. But if I were to think of anyone who like really personifies what Beachbody is meant to be and as a team, bar none, what you and your sister have created is absolutely amazing.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that.
Yeah. So thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Take your QT time and go down because 80-day obsession. We all need to sleep.
Yeah. I'm going to send you the image right now.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thanks, guys. I'll see you later.